Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, ladies. How are you? Opening links so I don't forget because, I forget. So, hello, Rain and Joan. Thank you for joining early. Oh, mute. You'd think I'd know that by now. I came down a little while ago and turned the heaters on down here. It's freezing. Um, but anyway, we're going to give it a go and see how my hands hold up. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Pamela. Yeah, good to see you. Hello, Helena, which I think is Virginia. Mad Rat Lady. Hello, dear. I don't know your first name, but if I call you Rat, don't be mad. Hey, Nancy. It's cold here today. I think it's 16 degrees, but a wind chill below zero. Something in that order. So I've got my space heaters on down here, trying to make it bearable. See, my camera's a little crooked. Hang on, I'm going to twirl. Is that better? I think. Hey, Denise. Hey, Judy. Sorry. That's a little better. Even a little better. All right. Let me make... Well, no, I think that adjustment will be okay. All right, let's get... I don't know what I'm going to do today. Haven't really decided. I think I might, since I got all my tile stuff left here from the last time, I think I might tile this little rascal right here. And let me get my windows situated. You'd think I'd never streamed before. If you're watching this on YouTube, this was recorded on Ustream.tv. If you'd like to join in the live chat, go to Ustream.tv and search for Inky Obsessions. Click the big green follow button and you'll be hopefully notified whenever I go live. There's been some issues lately where people have not been notified, but thank you, Ustream, for being free. So I got a couple little things in the mail. They were on my desk, so I'll just show you what they are. I don't know why they put these stickers like this that are so hard to get off and gum up such a pretty little mechanical pencil as this. I gotta move this window in front. I can see what I'm doing. How cute is that? Nice little grip. This is a Graph Gear 1000 by Pentel. Thought I should have one of those. Don't know why, but I thought I did, so now I do. And then my friend Donna said, you got to try one of these pens. I got this on Amazon. Don't know why I had to have one other than she said, hey, Patty. Hey, Mickey. Hello, RV Sweet Lady. Silver Mist. Thanks for joining. This is apparently a Japanese pen from the labeling. I don't even know what it is. I mean, I guess it's a fountain pen because I see an ink cartridge. Carbon ink pen, platinum, made in Japan. I guess the cartridge goes in there. And I'm guessing is there a picture? Before I totally hose it. Hey, CB. Happy Valentine's Day to you, my friend. I'm guessing the end with the ball. There's a little post in there, so we're gonna assume that's how that goes in there. Let's try it. I mean, the worst that can happen is I end up with ink everywhere or no ink anywhere. Oh. Well, let's see. Maybe that's not how it goes. Oh, it does have the blackest ink? So far, I think it's transparent. I'm not getting any through there. I wonder if I did that right. Hello? It doesn't, well, it does say. Can anybody read that? The picture doesn't really show you too much, other than you shove that cartridge in there. But it just seems like that would be the right way to go. Uh-oh. Or not. Great! Here we go, starting off with a bang, people. Sweet mama. Hey, Janet. So, Rain, I'm assuming it goes in with that ball end. Wouldn't you think so? So that the post in the tip pushes that ball in and lets a little bit of ink through? Alright, we'll shove her back. Wait a minute, hang on. Take my glasses off. Now I don't see a post in there. Are you kidding me? Ouch. I'm wounded. Hey, Susan. Hey, Ange. So the little stem that was poking up in here is no longer to be seen. Ah, great. What did I have it? 2 minutes? Let's not assume the worst right off the bat, and we'll see where this takes us. Hey, Dixie. Hi, Chloe. So glad you could join us. Welcome. I think, I don't know about this, girls. I'm thinking I'm having a pen operator issue. Well, let's let this sit up on its end for a little bit. We'll come back to that maybe. It might be going back to Amazon. But I do have extra ink cartridge. Oh, are there instructions on the cartridges? Let's see. Yeah, it shows the ball going in first. Yep, that part was right. And it looks like the ball pushes up, but instead I think my post pushed down. Great. Yes, we're off to a rip-roaring start. So I got a couple new brayers. My favorite. Oh, it's different this time. The Speedball brayer. Oh, this is different. This one has a wood core and thicker rubber. And my other one has a wide flat piece of metal on it. Interesting. Like this one. This one's a soft brayer. Hey, Cheryl. Tootie 60, that's Gail. Hi, Gail. She's joining us in Maryland. They look like this before, with the little pegs and this flat piece like this one, and more solid rubber. So I don't know what the heck this one is, but we'll give it a go. Hopefully they don't squeak. I don't know, Joan. Not so much. Well, that squeaked at first, but now it's not squeaking. Every once in a while I'll get a little chirp out of that one. Hey, Kay. Thanks for joining. That's another new name. This one seems pretty good as far as the squeak level. Those in my brayer drawer, which is quite full of jelly plating stuff. There we go. Get that out of the way. And these I sent to my mom, and when I went over to see her, she said, "You can have these damn things." Hey, Jean. Hey, Jennifer. The Crayola 80 count super tip markers. They're back. Didn't like them. I ordered them on Amazon and sent them right over to her. She said that the colors on the cap are not near the colors that you get when you draw with them. Well, that looks pretty close. That might be a shade darker, but it's pretty darn close. Let's get the darker one of that same teal color. Looking pretty close to me, Mom. So, I don't know. And plus she said, no matter where they touch, you get a mark. That's why they're called markers. They're ink, they're wet, they're going to touch and make marks. Bless her little heart. So, I've just re-inherited. Hey, Lynn. Anyway, so now I got these to contend with putting somewhere. Hi. And before I forget, yeah, they do look darker when they're wet, Carrie. Before I forget, this Thursday we're going to launch another iStencil sale. So I'm going to, hey Paula, I'm going to try to stream Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. The sale runs through Monday, the 22nd, I think it is, 22nd. Don't know the details of the sale. Won't have the coupon code until Thursday. But I'm assuming that it's going to be another 20% off everything for the whole site. There's an exclusive, and I'm imagining probably free domestic shipping for orders over $50, free exclusive for a purchase of at least $25 and one of my PTP stencils. And this time they are round stencil designs. So here they are. Not supposed to look into those. And what you see over here bigger are some masks. Oh, let's have a little peek. It may be active after midnight on Wednesday, Carrie, but I won't be streaming until Thursday night after work. But here they are. And they're round. Right. Oh, look at all those little rascals. And then in here, there are two different masks that I did that I need to cut out yet. So, that will be interesting. And the masks are 8 by 10, the regular size. And there's a new exclusive. There's all different kind of stuff. Tribal stuff. Geometric stuff. Doily kind of stuff. There's a special little thing in here I did with Barb in mind. So, yeah. There you go. You just may have rain. There are pictographs everywhere. Hey, Colleen. All right. You know, before I get started on this tile thing, I wanted to try something. I saw a video today from the color art people that do the primary elements. And they did this watercolor, kind of a quickie little print. What are these? Those are Pearlex. I want my primary elements. Oh, there's some primary elements mixed in here. But not the ones I want. There's a blue. There's another blue. There's a copper. I won't be able to use those. Just happen to have another tray. Hi, Tam. Let's see. Primary elements. Sea breeze. That's enough for what I'm going to do. That's a Pearlex. I try to keep these somewhat organized, but you know, it doesn't always stay that way. I'm going to use this little brush. And it involves a stencil. Ouch. It involves a stencil. Get these out of the way. And they have a new product. It's some sort of a medium that you can mix with the primary elements to make paints with. But in this particular instance, they watered it down 50%, put it in a sprayer. And then, hey, homeschool Jean. How are you, neighbor? Hi, Laurie. That's a new name. Welcome. I like to see new faces in here. Hang on. My drawers crisscrossed here. Not the drawers I'm wearing, my drawers and my supplies. Hey, Eileen. Hickety pickety. Hello. I'm just going to grab a stencil. Let's use this one. And not one of the new ones. Tease. Let me grab a piece of watercolor paper. This is kind of too big, but oh well. I know, you can't go wrong with primary elements, can you, Eileen? Oops, just threw the pad of paper over there. So what they did was, where the hell did the stencil? There it is. Let's do this one, and maybe I'll do it twice. They laid down a stencil, and so I don't have their medium, right? But they're saying that it's, they use it to mix the pigments to make paint. So then I was thinking, well, maybe I could just water down some matte medium. And then I remembered I already have this fixative. I wonder if this will work. It's freezing in my basement, Jean. I got 2 space heaters going. Almost sitting on one. Of course, I got to move it every time I have a hot flash. If I could just get that hot flash thing going like just right, I'd be okay. But yeah, it's pretty cold in the basement. And our basement is partially underground. I don't know if that's better or worse. Dave said it keeps things from hard freezing since it's underground partially. However, I'm freezing. Hi. Okay, so what they did was they took some colors that went together, right? So this one's teal zircon. And they took 2 brushes. Just give me a random brush. And they used a fluffy brush. And they just barely tipped it into the pigments. I'm going to spread some of those through the bristles instead of having a blob right off the bat. And then they took another brush and just tapped it. And I got nothing coming off. Okay, we won't do that again. We'll just leave it on there. There we go. Kind of a little misting. And then they did another technique where they wanted a real fine dripping of this, where they just, oh yeah, look at that. Can you guys see that? Let me pull you in. Hold on. Hold the fort. Hold the fort. All right, that's as close as I can get. So you dip this very gently. And instead of tapping it and getting bigger splatters, you just rub this up and down. See that coming off just from that movement? And then when you want more, you just tap it. That's kind of neat. Yeah, it's dry pigments, Pamela. It's, here's what they are. Primary oops, I got it zoomed in. Now I got to find it again. It's Primary Elements by Color Art. They say by Luminart, but the company is the same company. It's just changed names a couple of times. So, and they do, if there's any movement in the air, they do get away from you. This one is called Ocean Wave. We'll see how this works. This won't take long, and I'll get into the tiling. That rubbing really does make it a very much more fine application. Oops. Oops, that was a blob. All right, Summer Breeze. Let's see what this one looks like. Thanks, Laurie. I'm glad you could make it live. It's a lot more fun live when you can participate in the chat and don't hear a one-sided conversation that I don't always remember to justify with some context of what's actually being talked about. Some of it I can't repeat, as you may find out today. Hey, chick. This is pretty. This one has a lot of metallic in it. But they have some really pretty, they have over 200 colors now. I saw in her video, it's called a blue, it was called Blue Fern was the project that she did. She used their fern stencil, and they sell a special assortment of their pigments at a special price that were used in that project. So if you go to their website, colorart.com, it's color with a U in there, you can buy that for a special price. I'm going to throw some Hopeful Honeysuckle in there just because I have it. I know, right, Paula? The enabler of all enablers, Eileen. Rascal. Ooh, this one looks strong. You know what? I'm going to zoom this back out again because I know it's... There we go. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that, rain. And I have no idea how this is going to work with these. I don't know if it's because of the heaters or what, but they're like all drifting off here. I got more over here than I got on this paper. Maybe I should start over here. Outsmart my own process. There's not much air blowing off these. Oh, shoot. I think I bumped the stencil. Crap-ola. That's not going to be good for results. So much for a crisp, clean stencil image. Crap. Let's throw a little copper in there, and then we'll start spraying it. Patty, we can only see a tiny bit of your stencil. Yep. I realized that when I looked over. Get some copper in here. All right, let's assume that's enough. Oh yeah, you could shave your intense blocks, I'm sure, Paula. Hey, Carol. Carol Renee. All right, so it said to start spraying from up higher so you don't fluff the pigments off the paper, which I'm sure it would. And when you see them... Great. Is this jammed? Seriously? Ah! That's what I get for not using my supplies. It's going to be one of those days, Paula. It's not even enough to activate them yet, Jean. They're not moving at all. It's like not... Okay. Let's try to outsmart the sprayer. Hold that thought. I believe I have it empty. Empty bottles over here. Oh, jackpot. I really should look around this place more. I was into spraying stuff at one point. And I don't spray that much anymore, but let's pour some of this in here. See if we can outsmart the clogged sprayer. I'm going to put this upside down in some water over there, and we shall see what happens. Watch this one not work. Hey, Darcy. All right, I'll try this sprayer. There we go. And now she said, come in closer and really activate them. Now that may be too much. I don't know. Yeah, see where the sprayer, I mean the stencil scooched around on me? I'm going to drop this on here. Yeah, too much, well, I don't even know if this is the right fixative to use, to be honest. So it might not be that it's too much, it might be the wrong stuff, but I can't imagine that it wouldn't even work if you use just water. So not so good. Too many colors, I think. I'm going to try it again. Because I'm just hard-headed that way. Oh, look at you. Alright, let's see. Did we learn anything from the last time? Put this further away from me so I don't bump it. Numero uno. And I'm going to keep the pink out of it, I think. And use these 3 shades of blue. Just use water, you think, Eileen? I wanted it to try to fix it. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? Yeah, I could tape it. I thought about that, but that seemed like too much trouble, to tell you the truth. All right. Get some of the darker in there. It's funny how some of these are much finer and some of them look more, I don't know, I'm going to powdery. Does that make sense? And some of them look more gritty. Some of them look more like the consistency of cooking baking flour. If that makes any sense, rather than sand. That's a good description, I think. Yeah, Jane, you were into buying some pigments recently. Sent me a link to the damn site. They had a lot of choices there too. Did they have, I don't remember, did they have any of the multicolored ones like they do? With the different shimmers in them like they do for Primary Elements? Alright, now this lighter one. I can see where this paper got wet and buckled a little bit. My stencil. Hey, Queen. Jane, can you share that link for the, that you sent me on Facebook for that site with all the pigments? Enabler that you are. I guess I am too, but, you know, whatever. Taking y'all down with me. Hi, Jennifer. right. This one's a little more cakey and like almost moist that it clumps. Doesn't go on near. Maybe I'll just do it this way. Oh, that's better. Till I get most of it off. Then I can do the tap, tap, tap. Oh yeah, that goes on much nicer like that. Alright, move those out of harm's way. And Eileen says water. Here's water. So, this paper kind of buckled on me a little bit. Oh well. Why am I shaking water? Force of habit. So they say spray it high to let the mist kind of settle on the pigments. And then come in closer to activate them more. Not going to use as much water as I did last time. Alright. That came out a little bit better. It looks like I need more pigments to get as strong as a color look. Hey Jen. Or was that Jem? It scrolled off the screen. Hey Sarah. Thanks for joining, ladies. But I do like the little metal flakes in there, how it came out. That's not bad. Can't really get them to glisten much on there. As opposed to this. Well, you can really see the copper glistening there because it was a blob. But, you know, there we go. We tried it. We may carry on. Okay. I was just itching to do that for some reason. Oops. Put away my water. Put this away before I spill it all. I'll deal with that clogged nozzle later. Put my... I better leave that there so I remember to mark it. I won't know what the hell I'm spraying. Okay. Put my lids back on these little rascals. So if... Hey Judy Patootie and Tracy. Pat Van. Welcome everybody. So those that are going to Maryland should now have received an email from me that's got some general information. Hey Cass! General information as far as booking, dates, schedule, suggestions. My supply list is attached to the email as well. And there's a list in there that you'll see of supplies for Zondra's going to demo her Tear Bear technique. There's just a few little things that you need for that. And we will send out, Paula hasn't quite decided on exactly what she wants to teach. And once she does that, she'll have hers together. I had so many people asking me for more information. Everybody's getting excited about it, that I wanted to send something out there. And the hotel is ready to book. Just use the room block. Ask them to add you to the room block Maryland Art Weekend. That's important because I've signed the contract for a certain number of double and single rooms that I've taken a head count for. So I need to meet that. If you book outside that block, that won't go to the credit on the on my contract. Hey, Lena. The powders, Sarah, they were primary elements. I watched a YouTube this morning from colorart.com called Blue Fern, and they demoed using their dry pigments and then spraying it with their new fixative spray, and I just wanted to give that a try. So just reading, I didn't have a stroke. Yeah, we have 2 more spots available, actually. We have a maximum of 33. We have 31 people signed up. The balance due, if you guys haven't seen the email, and it's not due till July 1st, some have paid already, is $280. That covers the art room, your art space for the whole time, lunch every day, AM and PM breaks every day, as well as whatever Paula and I teach. So, that's about it. Hey, Silver Mist. Okay, so I thought I'd tile this little booger here. I thought this would be cute. I'm going to hang it in the same room where the birdhouse is that I did. Stickers everywhere. This is a little blank from the unfinished wood section of Michael's that I got. It's by Art Minds. Get off of there. Yeah, Jane's going to bring her marbling stuff. So, oh, we need to remember, Jane, to mention anybody that's driving in for Maryland. If they get the newspaper, to save you up a stack of them. I don't think we need like 3 feet deep of a stack. But Jane will need some newspapers for her demo. Dave and I don't get the newspaper. So, G.A. Tara, I think that's Gayla from Georgia, asking if anybody's coming up from Georgia. I know, it's so sad some of the Canadians can't make it this year because of the dollar. Ugh. Hate that. But anyway, let's do something here with this little rascal. Get out some gesso and my mastic, which is somewhere in a safe place. There it is. Oh, almost dropped that. The lid popped off in my hand. I wonder how dried out that is. It's probably frozen. Oh no, it's still pliable. So I'm going to put a little gesso on this bad boy. And I don't have my water. I'll just put it in one of these other little water containers. I won't have many brushes dirty for this. Just my glue and my gesso. This is really pretty smooth so far. Usually I sand it a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and just gesso it. Now this might raise the nap on the wood. And then I'll sand that down a little bit if it does, which it probably will. Almost any time you put any kind of paint or varnish or whatever on wood, that it'll pick up that little bit of tooth. Uh-oh, the screen went blank. Not good. Oh, and I'm back. I don't know if you guys lost me or not, but my screen went blank. Yeah, Tootie60, that's Gail. She's coming in from Michigan. And if you guys need help contacting your roommates, if you ask for a double room, most of you know who they are. But only one of you want to book the hotel room, but put both names on it, and you'll straighten it out financially when you get to the hotel. And they'll, present both credit cards when you both arrive, and they'll split it appropriately. If one of you, there may be a case where you're roommates, but one comes in a day earlier or stays a day later, and then you can just work that out with the desk who should be charged more or less. They're very helpful. I'm probably just going to paint this border black, although I may mix up some of that paint that matches the color of the birdhouse. Trying to paint this while I'm reading the chat. Probably over here painting gesso on something. Lord knows what. I heard, I don't know, Carrie, are you guys going to do one in Canada? Do like an art weekend in Canada somewhere? I know somebody mentioned it. I think it was you mentioning it, and then I heard somebody else saying that it was in the works. But I don't know. I mean, that obviously won't be me doing that, but I didn't know if one of the Martians were doing that. Hey, buy American cash, now the dollar improves. We just lost that money. Yeah, that's a shame. Okay, put this in some water, and I have to, got too many things plugged in here. These damn space heaters. Oh, Linda, okay. Okay, I knew somebody was. That would be fun. Well, I gotta unplug my computer. Get my heat gun plugged in. Dry this a little bit. Oh, in the fall, okay. My falls are brutal for my work schedule. Didn't think I was going to make it through last fall. I don't know if you can see where that's kind of raising up and looking rough on the edge. Well, I can't tell on this camera. But you can trust me, it is. Hey, Catty. Thank you for joining us. It's another new name. Alright, where's my little sander? There we go. I'm just going to sand with the grain. Oh, great. There's something on there. Oh, from the birdhouse. Look at that dirty, dirty stuff I'm putting on there. But that's okay. I think what I'm going to do is paint this the color of the birdhouse. Not so much the edges. I might do those in black or gold. I'll actually be, part of my work is going to take me to Boca, so I'm going to hook up with Eileen while I'm there. Won't that be fun? At a bar, no doubt. Dragon Slayer, hello. I'm going to tile this little wooden hook with some polymer clay tiles that I had left over from my birdhouse project I did a week or so ago. Just put some gesso on the unfinished wood. That's pretty smooth. Right there on that edge, I can use a little more. Alright. And now I'm going to put a little teeny tiny bit of mastic on here. This is the stuff that you put down when you hang or install ceramic tile or glass tiles on the floor, on the walls, bathrooms, kitchens, and stuff like that. But Laurie Micah's tip was to put a thin layer of this down here, and it gives some tooth and strength to the, it gives some more strength to the piece if you're using real thin unfinished wood. This is not thin, this is sturdy. But it also gives a little bit more tooth and something for the tiles to really bite down on with the well bond. And it just needs a thin coat. And you don't want this lumpy. You got to be careful to smooth this out. I see people talking about dinner. I made a big, Dave had to work yesterday, and I made a big pot of beef stew. Separated some out to take to my mom. She loves that. And that's a good dinner for this weekend. It's freezing here. Below freezing, I should say. Well below freezing, actually. Alright, that looks pretty good. You're not going to be able to see that, I don't think. Maybe you can see the little bit of texture that's in there. You can't get it really perfectly smooth. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, it was really good, Ange. Okay. This lid is really hard to get this on. And don't, anybody coming to Maryland, I don't think I had this on my supply list unless I put it on there so you'd know what I use. Don't go out and buy any. We'll just use mine. You only need the tiniest bit of it, and it's heavy, and it's not expensive. It's just heavy and not something you're going to want to travel with for sure. Hey, gun. I love shepherd's pie. That's one of my favorites if it's done the way I like it. So I don't know if I have, that may be a piece, a sample of the color I mixed for the birdhouse. And of course the birdhouse is upstairs. I'm just going to eyeball it and guess. It can't be that far off. Who makes my heat gun? It's a good question. It's a heat gun, VT 1100. It does not have a manufacturer on it, but I know I got it at either Home Depot or Lowe's. Probably Lowe's. Oh, Darcy, I just want to remind you, dear, don't forget to put in your emergency contact information into that survey or email it to me. I need to have that on my list, just in case. If you snuff it, I gotta know who to call. All I need is a name and a cell phone number. All right, we're gonna assume that's enough of that. And little hydration. Hey, Andrea. Glad to see you got on and made it to chat. So the two colors I used to mix to make my birdhouse color, which I think this was one of them. Oh, good, thanks. I haven't seen it yet. You must have done that today. I used Raindrop and what's this one called? Vines from the Jo Sonio background colors in the Potting Shed series. I can get these at Dick Blick. They come in a smaller one or the bigger one, like the craft paint size. But these two colors mixed together came out like exactly the color of that birdhouse. So I'm going to do that again. It's probably way too much paint. I know that's a shocker. Oh, great minds! Thanks, Darcy. I'm telling you, way too much paint. I love mixing paint though. It's somehow, I don't know, it's like therapy. I think I gotta bring that back on the turquoise side and waste even more. I've used this Raindrop color quite a bit, Ange, on different projects. You've probably seen the projects and not known that's what I used. That's coming back a little bit more to the blue side of blue-green. And I'm doing this, I'm painting this substrate this color because I'm not going to grout it with micro beads like I do in a lot of my tile projects. Because number one, it's so small, and I'm not going to put the black and white glass tiles around the border because it's so small, and that means the tiles are going to be open to the edges and the beads are going to just want to drip out of there. So we'll just nip that in the bud and I won't even bother. I also got my water bucket. I got my little 3 little jars of water and a little thing I get at Michael's when they have them 50% off. 3 little like flower vases and a little wire rack. Get them for about $7 and they're handy. Especially if you're doing like a quick watercolor, because then you got 3 pots of water where you can do cool colors, warm colors, and clean water so they don't get too muddy. At least that's what I do with them. Okay. Since I have so much paint, I'm just going to go ahead and paint the whole thing this color. Well, let me do the top first. No, I'm going to do the whole thing. It's too hard to keep it off the edges, so we're going to decide to make it easy and paint the whole thing this color. Oh, some of you, I know I was talking to Joan yesterday. I noticed we had, Friday morning, I noticed we were having problems with one of our heat pumps. We have a dual system from where the addition was done in our house a few years ago. And our master bedroom is on the new side. And Dave and I both had to get up for work at the same time Friday. He's usually hours before me. But I was taking my friend in for a procedure Friday morning early. So I just said, I'll just go down the hall and take a bath there. And as I walked down the house, it got colder and colder and colder. Like, what the hell is going on here? And I looked at the thermostat. It was set for 69 and only registering 64. Long story short, the service guy came over for us, a friend of Dave's, on Saturday. It's leaking Freon from the 14-year-old unit outside, and the outdoor part of the unit needs to be replaced. Not good. You know that's not going to be cheap. Dave said he'd be surprised if it was less than $5,000, so I don't know, somebody shoot me. But, you know, It happens. Can't sit around and whine about it. Alright, get that in some water. Get these out of the way. Get that out of my way. Get that out of my way. Definitely get this out of my way. No good can come from that. Alright, let's go heat gun and dry this a little bit. It's working though, Jean. It's maintaining once we put it on emergency heat, but the coil is leaking the Freon, and they tried to top it off with more Freon, and they just watched it blow out the other side on the leak. So they said at a minimum the coil structure has to be replaced, but since the rest of the unit's 14 years old, they don't think that's the wise thing to do. And it's a friend of Dave's. It's not somebody trying to make money off of it. I mean, he will make money, but you can trust what he's telling us. So, but it does, on emergency heat, it does maintain the temperature that we wanted. And they actually said, and I didn't know this all these years, that if you have an electric heat pump, or whatever kind of heat pump you have, that when it gets cold like this, that you should always put it on emergency heat, because of the part of the system that it taps into when you have it on emergency heat runs a lot hotter and more efficient because it heats quicker and doesn't have to run as hard or as long, which I didn't know that. You know, it says emergency heat, and it's never an emergency. It's like, you know, then I thought about it, and I thought, well, what the hell is emergency heat for? So apparently that's what it's for. Yeah, I'm sure it's still not gonna be a cheap proposition, Jean, but you know, it is what it is. Still won't be retiring any time soon. Okay, I had some paint on this hook. I wanted to scrape that off of there. Use a little emery board. All right, I got these laying here, left over from before. Let's bring them over here. Good Lord, can you hear the dog? Hang on. Dave just came down. Say hello to the ladies, hon.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I said say hello to the ladies.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, was that Danny by chance?
Yeah, that was Frank. I think he dialed me by accident.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
All right. No, I was just wondering if you found anything. I was just telling him about the heater.
No. No, I'm going to Frank's. Look at the truck.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
I'll be back.
All right, sweet.
I'll see you later.
All righty. Have fun. Be careful.
It's warm over here.
Yeah, it's not bad. This one is pretty good. That one I can't feel, but I mean, it must be warming up.
Well, you can feel it here.
Okay, yeah. That's why I didn't name it right for my head, because I would just, in 2 seconds, it would be too hot.
I'll see you later.
All right, babe.
You can see it. I can feel it on my head.
Well, it's all skin. Of course you can feel it on your head.
It's real funny.
The ladies are saying hi, Dave.
Hi, ladies. Some of us choose to keep our hair cut short.
Yeah, yeah. Some of us don't have a choice.
So you put the heater on a box.
Yeah, I know. I was watching it, though.
Okay. Smart move.
Bluey.
All right, make sure you turn them off when you're done.
I will, babe.
When I get back.
All right, honey.
Anything else?
Nope.
I'm going to hang this bag on this handle, so don't take it off when you go up, because I'm going to
Oh, okay.
try
As
to
a
remind you to
reminder.
grab that stuff.
All right, sweetie. You got it.
You want Mojo upstairs? Because you want the door shut, right?
Well, you can leave the door open. They can come up and down. I just usually shut it for the TV.
TV's on. I fixed that, too.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool.
So it's on. The pups asked me to leave it on a Western for them. See ya.
Bye. All right, now I need... crap, I need this. Let's get rid of this. I don't know what I can use this paint for. That's a lot of paint. What the hell was I thinking? Oh, it's right in front of my face. Sweet mama. have to take this lid off. I can't, either it doesn't work or I can't figure out how to make it work to squirt this out. This is the adhesive I use. I usually get the smaller bottles, but I saw this on Amazon and it seemed pretty cheap, so I scarfed that up. Alright, a little glue brush. Let's just start slapping this stuff down. So, put a little bit of glue right on the substrate. And you can glue into areas where you're not tiling yet, and it'll, when you put the wet tile with glue down there, it'll reactivate it. And don't need much on there. I usually put too much, shocker, and then just spread it out a little bit, and then put a thin coat on the tile itself. I can't wait for you guys to play with the clay in Maryland, and play with all the different pigments and different things you can do to it. I think you'll be surprised with how they look and how easy some of them are. Some of them not so much, but most of the time pretty easy. Are you guys talking about Valentine's Day? Our plan is to go... Here, Mo, you want to come in with Mommy? Come here, baby. I'll make you a path. Come on, go Mojo's bed. There we go. He's a nice boy. Go ahead, lay down. Ah, get your nose out of the trash. That boy loves paper. Get in there. Come on. Lay down. No, just a UB? Alrighty. Alrighty then. I'm going to get some pictographs in this piece. Love me some pictographs. And I do believe there's a round stencil of pictographs coming on oh, for you guys that join later. Hey Marie! iStencil sale coming up this Thursday with new designs. Most of them, I think there's 20 some new round, 8-inch round designs made just for the, well, made with the 8-inch jelly plate in mind. However, that said, you guys know this, but if anybody's listening on YouTube that's not aware, you can use any shape stencil of any size for anything. I just happen to make these 8-inch round ones because I know that is a popular size jelly plate. And so they are coming soon. I gotta see if I have more of these green tiles. I had some similar from another project. Might be able to use that one and that one. Some sort of a teal. Maybe that one. Here's a couple more of those. I'll be able to use those as some filler. A lot of people in chat. Thanks everybody for joining. I wish I could... Ooh, there's one. A couple more kinds of teal. Oh, here's another one. Yep, here's another one. Yep. Now we're getting somewhere. It's got to dig deep enough. I've got to go through this. Kind of colorful. Too big though, I think. That might be an, oops, what was that? That's kind of good. Now if I have, oh, that's from that first Makumi Gan, or however you say it, cane that I did. Not cane. Slices, slabs. You know what I'm trying to say. Maybe put a piece of that in there somewhere. Alright, that might get me a little better of an assortment. And the right color family I'm looking for. 94 people. Oh, good. That's nice to have everybody joining me on Valentine's Day. Even. Trying to get tiles that I used. I know I used on the birdhouse project, since this will probably end up in the same room. Let's see if we got any more checkerboards. Oh. That's kind of a nice one. I love that one, but that's not really the right theme. Oh, you know what? I can take a couple of these. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Ha, ha. Ho, ho. And paint them with my paint that I made too much of. There we go. Look at that. Ha. 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 Oh, we're in Fat City now. Oh, here's a nice little skinny one. That shouldn't be in there anyway. I love sounds like that too, Rain. That and crinkling deli paper. Listen to that deli paper. Whew. Okay. Heat flash over, and now I'm freezing, so my little heater goes under my desk. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now let me, let me shove my hand and brush directly into the glue and see how big of a mess we can make of that. Seriously, people, I am a danger to myself. Real life, people. Not chopped up and edited. 3 hours of real life. Oh, God. There we go. That's all right. All fixed. Okay. What was I doing? I need a little brush. Just a little one. This will do. And let's paint some of these. Look at that nice deep impression on those. So these ought to come out pretty good. I can paint these. The last ones I painted it on raw clay and then baked it. It's actually a little bit more sturdy once they're cooked. And you could do it either way. Doesn't really matter. Let that one sit a second. That's another, oops, another swirl design, but finer. All right. Another little baby wipe. You like to see me screw up, do you? It's all right. There we go. See how kind of washed out that looks now, but you can really see the texture where I wiped it off the high spots. You can't hate that, people. Well, I guess you could, but if you do, to you. It's a very technical term. See that one? This really brings out the pattern. This is different. Let's use this one. This is good because if it's going to match the birdhouse had mostly the colors that match the birdhouse with some of these, a couple pops of the brights and metallics and black and white was the majority of what it was. So this was another piece of that deeply etched stuff. There's that one. Keep, like Paula does, keep moving to a clean spot. Otherwise you're just moving the paint around. You're not really removing it. See, just that little bit of paint on that white clay makes a nice impression and a lot of texture. Yeah, I could add metallics on here for sure, Jan. The only thing you wouldn't want to add on here once they're cooked is foil. And I guess if you really, really, really wanted to, you could do it and use some kind of an adhesive. But if you if you use the foils and the gold leaf, copper leaf, silver leaf, all that good stuff on the raw clay, the clay acts like an adhesive and just it gets stuck to them, and it would be hard to get them back off of there. Like these tiles here, I had clay. You can see how it was kind of marbled with black and white, where I was trying to do white tiles and had leftovers from where I cut, hey Ella, where I cut up my tiles, and I had leftover clay and rolled it to re-roll it again. Well, then I just either paint it, because then it looks kind of dirty. But this, I actually just added sheets of variegated foil and then impressed the stamp. Oops, hello. Impressed the stamp in, on top of the foil through into the clay. And it embeds the clay, embeds the foil in the clay, that's what I'm trying to say, and gives you a pretty cool looking texture. Alright, that's plenty for that little bit of stuff. Well, I feel good I got to use a little bit more of my paint. Alright, so now, put these off to the side. Yeah, I think, Jan, I think I just have the metallic colors, the silver. Uh-oh. Ah, crap, I pulled the plug on my heater. No wonder it's not warm anymore. Silver, gold, copper, and several different variegated ones that honestly, even though they call them different names, they all kind of look the same to me. There's not... Oh, thanks, Ella. Yeah, I really like the way it came out, too. I'm actually going to take it from where it's been sitting in our guest room, and I'm going to move it somewhere more prominent in the house because I like it so much. I just don't know where yet and haven't had time to really think about it. But I'm gonna. And I'll probably do it somewhere where I can hang this little rascal if I end up liking it, which I'm pretty sure I will. Oops. Alright, I wonder if I can, this one's pretty good. This one's got a chip in it. Oop. Yeah. Shot across the table. There we go. Okay, they look all pretty squared up. Oh yeah, all the colorful beach huts you see on the beach. Hey Jess. All right. Let's get this moving here. Well, let's just start slamming some. Ooh, that's kind of got snotted up. Let me get another brush from my glue. There we go. I got a new planner. I'm trying to sell. I got a. This was so stupid. I bought a chic sparrow. Not that that was stupid. I didn't make a good choice for my needs. I bought the creme brulee in Black Beauty personal size, a couple of their inserts, and then from 3 Speckled Fawns, I bought the leather wallet insert. Have you seen those that go into your traveler's notebooks? It's got card slots on one side, then it's got a zippered pouch on the other, and it's all leather. Got that whole setup, and I think it's just too small. It never really spoke to me, so it's never been used. Trying to sell it on the Chic Sparrow sell page. And in the meantime, I discovered Zencraft. Zencraft with a K, craft. Hey Teresa. Hey Sherry. And wanted one of their B6 size in their what they call an extreme bifold, which has a couple extra flaps on it where it actually houses on one side a little field notes journal and like places for pens and little bits and stuff on the back flap. I saw Miss Vicky B. She did an unboxing of it. I was like, oh my god. Planner Addict Swap and Sell. Oh, okay. Let me write that down. Thank you. I will try that. Yeah, he's got some really cool stuff. So I watched this unboxing and found him on Facebook, and his website was always down for maintenance. Well, come to find out, he closes his website so he can catch up on his orders, and he opened it last week. I don't know, it was maybe open for an hour until he had to shut it down again. Hey, Martha. And I was able to sneak in an order. So that was good. But it takes probably going to take several weeks for me to get it, because then what you do is you go on the website, and instead of just trying to order one that I want, you go to the design your own. And yeah, I use my calendar for reminders like that all the time, Jean, but I still like to have not so much a calendar paper. I have my big one that I use all the time. But for notes and lists and all that kind of stuff, I do like having a paper method for that. I just like the look and feel and touch of having the paper. But I do make good use of my cell phone. Could not live without that at this point. especially for reminders, because my mind, whew. Yes, Paula does have a Dory addiction. Bless her heart. Let's see. Less talking, more gluing. I'm trying to find one that would fit right in there. It's pretty close. Close enough for argument's sake. And this I'm just going to space. I got space on the top and the bottom of this one I'm putting down now. And that's going to be okay because this is going to show through instead of having to grout it. So, hey Leslie. Alright, let's try. It's kind of pretty. Let's talk and more bowling. I didn't say that, but now I don't even know what I said. I'm just putting tiles on this little unfinished wooden hook in the same theme that I used for my birdhouse project I did recently. I can hear the guns firing. He said he left the Western on for the dogs. They asked for a Western. I do not think so. Yeah, the glue is Well Bond that I'm using. Yeah, I can try zooming in and we'll see where we get with that. It distorts the angle of where I'm working, and then I have to move stuff up here, but we can try that. Alright, let's have, I think that's just a smidgen too long. See if I can hack that one off without, there we go. Put that up against there. Cold enough down here. My glue's getting all kind of snotted up. Glue boogers quicker than I normally would. I just put this down here and then just hold it for just a second, and then it's pretty stuck. I mean, after that you can usually do that and it's not going anywhere. Luckily that demo worked out. Oh, you're welcome, Teresa. I just have to remember to keep watching and pushing this away from me further. Let's see here. Might save that for another little spot. Let's do, I had some of this purple on black in the other one. Looks a little wonky. There we go. All right, I'm going to get some fresh glue out here. No sense fighting the boogers if you don't have to. I used all different sorts of paints and inks and pigments to do these tiles, Ella, but the ones I painted this morning, they were by, I used the this leftover paint that I painted the bottom of this with, which are 2 colors of the Joe Sonio's potting shed acrylics. But I use all sorts of different tiles, colors, like these bright orange ones and red ones that you see, reddish orange, yellow. Those were Dalerani acrylic inks that I put right on the raw clay and then baked them. Whew, my hands are cold. Too long. Too long. Maybe I'll put that there. Perhaps that would go well. Oops. Is that going that way? No, just a smidge too big. Turn you that way, which I think was my original plan. Will this one go in there? Yep. And I try to look if any of the tiles have little edges that are wonky. I try to be mindful of the edge that's going to show over here and try to put it in there. It's best face forward, if you know what I mean. Burn. All right, there's that. Let's go with one of these greenish ones over here. Something with this black tile kind of horizontal in here too, so it kind of moves the eye around a little bit. Oh, will that go in there? Ah, no. However, This got bowed a little bit. Try to shave it off straight there. Still going to be too big, but I can let that little area show and put that little bit of that color in here. And that's got to get cut off right about there. Just kind of eyeballing it. That's about the only thing that gets cold on me, Rain, is my feet. Well, and my hands down here. My hands are right chilly down here. Right chilly. And I'm putting this one here because I did have this color on the birdhouse. So I'll bring that back in. And this. That looks a little wonky. Or maybe the one I already have down there is wonky. You wouldn't think a square or a rectangle would be that difficult, would you? But it is precise, so it can trick you more than you think. Kind of like that right there. Let's get another pictograph in here. Oops, and then that can't go there. If I put that here. Something right in there would be really nice, wouldn't it? If I found one that fit right in there. Oh, no, I don't want that green one again. Will you go in there? I can almost make you go in there. Let me encourage you a little bit more. Look at you. Fitting right in there. Put another little pictograph up here. I just still love those. I love the stamps. I love the stencils. It just speaks to me. It's kind of zen, Jane. Jane was saying she likes this part of the process. It's kind of zen-ish. Come here, you little rascal. Don't you look lovely right there? Let's see. Too wide. Too wide, too wide, too wide. Oh, what about you? There we go. Something like this is quick. So the ladies coming to Maryland, keep this in mind. Now these tiles were already made. But we're going to be making our own tiles, baking our own tiles, and then prepping the substrate and then putting it together. So keep that in mind for the size that you want to do. Nothing saying you have to finish it there, but there's, you guys that have been there before know that we have plenty of free time in the evenings and all day Saturday if you choose. That's what you want to do with your free time. And every evening. So you know, that can be your guide for time-wise on how long it takes to put something together that's larger. Oh, look at you going all the way across there, maybe, mister. I think you are. Yes, you are. I like to talk to him. Alright. Pull this down so I can see how straight it's going to be. Alrighty. This one still might go there. Yep, I'm going to put you there. I'm gonna. Just watch me. Yeah, they're more manageable that way, Rain. It kind of keeps them, lets them know who the boss is. I'm the boss of my tiles. You shall do precisely as I say. And you're gonna like it. Let's see. That would be cute there. Oh,